Mother Nature is bursting forth in the beauties of spring, and I had planned a day off, had to go to St Nectan's Glen to go and immerse myself in wildlife and all this flourishing growth. And I was given a rose at work, and even that, I've been tending it, and look. First, I had to go and do a funeral at this church where they just have the most amazing windows. I've been there before, but this time I really noticed that they're mostly female saints, and just literally they're across all the windows down one side, and they're just beautiful. And somehow it just felt like a really nice lead in to going to St Nectan's Glen the next day on my day off. Oh, couldn't wait. After work, I went to my local crystal shop and got my little offerings for the prayer room, and after Qigong I walked home in the moonlight and just behold the blossoms on this beautiful tree. It looks amazing every year, and I saw a little sign for the next day. What a beautiful day. And today I'm off to St Nectan's Glen, and you start here in the car park on the side of the north coast, and you head off a bit inland into the woods. Beautiful. Birds are singing, just seen little Jenny Wren busying herself about. Off we go for a beautiful day. So firstly, I pay visit to the water here. You see the water runs through. I mean, now it's running around, taking a slightly different course. And look at this. Pretty impressive. That's a big chunk of rock. I'm not sure what this is for. They found it down there, and it's plastic, and I don't think it needs to be there. Thanks, well, for my little pot. Nice. So next to St Piran's well, which was used obviously for domestic purposes for the people here, but it also was considered a holy well back in the day. And next to that is teeny tiny, nice and simple little St Piran's church. Next stop. And look, now it's that time of year when bluebells are coming out. Hooray! Let's hope we see some up in the valley. So I have my Quiet Places pilgrim passport, and I have 2 stamps now for St Piran Trevisi. When I came here last summer with the husband. And I think I'll leave this pen because their pen is not really working very well. And somebody's put beautiful, that's not beautiful, beautiful camellias in here. So there are 3 windows in this little church. One is very colours. Look how well those snowdrops have lasted. Wow, that's almost a miracle in itself. The second small window, Mariam herself with the angel Gabriel and the little dove, Holy Spirit, in the corner. And the last window, up behind the altar, St Piran. So instead of reading the psalm from the Bible, I actually took a photo of Eileen Caddy from, what is it called? What is it called in Scotland? Oh, good grief. It's the community of, anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, she did this little book a long time ago, and there's a page for every day. So April 11th. You are in the world, but you are not of it. There is no need to allow the ways of the world to drag you down. Enjoy them, but do not try to possess them or allow them to possess you. In the new age, it is not necessary to wear sackcloth or ashes or to go around declaring that you are a miserable sinner and are not worthy to be called my beloved child. All this teaching is of the old age and is false and unreal. Accept that we are one and that I am within you. Capital I, capital Am. Feel yourself being lifted out of the darkness of all this false teaching into the glorious light, leaving behind all the old and let it die a natural death. Enter the new, reborn in spirit and in truth, and know the meaning of true freedom. I need you free, not all tied up with self and self-concern. Be like a very small child, free and joyous, and live in the ever-present now. And that is what my little, funnily enough, that is actually what today is all about. A bit of freedom, a bit of living in the now, being out in nature, casting off when you go on a pilgrimage, you do kind of cast off, like have a shedding of stuff that is old because you have time to just be or time to reflect. And whether it's just one day like this or it's weeks and weeks of walking, yeah, it does like, it is like a renewal. It's a refresh, a restoration because of what's gone before and the energy and the thing that you're giving out, but a renewal, like you are going out on a fresh path. Because taking that day out or those days or that week out for a pilgrimage is a reset. Yeah, transformational. Okay. I have come here to be quiet and to sit and to pray before I walk up to the falls, so that is what I shall do. So in my little book of Celtic prayers, it fell open on Wednesday. The Spirit of God is upon you. The Spirit of God strengthen you. The Spirit of God guide you. The Spirit of God protect you. The Spirit of God enlighten you. The Spirit of God fill you, today and evermore, today and evermore. God of peace, relax the tensions of my body. Still the anxieties of my mind. Calm the storms of my heart. Give me courage to wait. Let peace flow in me, through me, from me, the deep, deep peace of God. Hail Mary, so full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, the Son Yeshua. I didn't have any storms of the heart, but tensions of the body and anxieties of the mind have definitely, if I had any, they have eased. And that is what, 20, 30 minutes sat praying the rosary, meditating on the big beads. I use them, as I have just then, to send healing to people, and sets you up for the rest of the day, life ahead. I feel good. Let peace flow in me, through me, from me, the deep, deep peace of God. Right, let's go. Distance, that is the Tintagel Hotel, the Tintagel Castle Hotel, and as the beautiful daffodils, one of the first blooms in spring after the snowdrops. It then makes way for the pinks of the campions, and as we head through April and into May, all the white flowers start coming through. Whit Sunday, all the white. And of course, often seen with the white is the purples, the violets, the bluebells. Oh, and here we are, some of my favourites. The thorn flower. Yikes, that's spiky. Ow. Look at that for a barn construction. Whacking great. Chunks of slate. Huh. Oh, I just love this time of all this new growth unfurling. Buds everywhere. Brackens about to burst, spiralling out from their stems. Oh man, I just love it. Oh, yes. This is the thing about days like these. Literally, I've only come like about 100 yards and I'm looking at every blooming individual leaf, flower. Oh well. And now I've seen another thing. You see, I'm going to have to show you this as well. But this is I love having the freedom of the day where you don't have to be anywhere. Like when I was praying in the chapel, I was like, oh, I've really got to finish off that service for Sunday. Oh, and I've got to send that to Trish. And then I've got to do this. And I've got to record that music for the funeral next week. And do you know what? Whilst I'm out here, I can't actually do any of those things. I know I need to do them. I know they're on the list. There's no point in thinking about it. I can just release myself. It's hard, isn't it, to release yourself just into the day of doing what the bloody hell you like. Titting about in a lane, looking at bugs and birds and buds. Nice. Anyway, I'm going to show you this thing. You might not find this interesting, but I like the look of it. I'll show you. So obviously hedges get cut back and trimmed. I mean, in a lane like this, there are people that do need to drive up and down here. It does go somewhere before it hits a pathway. But just look at this old bugger. A bit tricky because the sun is just shining on it, but it's kind of like the tree is fighting a battle with that's the growth of ivy, I think. Yeah, it is, but it's like old. Look at it. What a web. Wow. And because it's been cut back and cut back, I mean, I'm putting you right in the sun here, but it's just found its way, as has the ivy. And it continues to grow. So on this side it looks all flat, on the other side it looks more like a tree. And this is the wonder of nature, trying to be forced by man to be a certain thing and not get in the way of cars and just be a hedge that the man has put there, so the man shall make it as he wants it to be. And yet actually this is nature doing its thing. Marvellous. And there are literally daffodils of every kind in this hedge along here. Look at this little cutie. Oh, it just becomes like a cacophony of colour and little flowers. As you head down the hill, you just start to hear the river on your right, and you see the big woodland trees and pines heading up in front of you. And there just seems to be ever such a little bit of mysterious mist there today. Nice. Let's get down there. So this is where the path splits, and usually I would go round to the left, but I've never been on the pathway to the right. It looks a bit hairy, but I think I might just have to have a look. Oh wow, it's vertical. It's quite the drop, but I'm gonna go for it. Got my stick, let's go. So you scramble your way down through here. It's almost as if nature has given you some steps, and you just come on to a steep but small patch to sit on to be able to take in, just sitting for a while in this beautiful river. And this is where, you see, I have come especially prepared, because I have brought my sit mat. Just means that I can spend a little bit more time here and I don't have to get dirt all over my backside. Now often I forget to do this, but today I'm well organised, and I've brought offerings for the land and offerings for the hermitage. We'll get to that. A few people have passed me already walking up the track to St Nectan's Glen and the waterfall, and I know it's going to be a lot busier up there, so it's really nice to just take some minutes to sit here. And this is the water that is actually running down from the waterfall up above. It's the same stream or river. And for all the days that I've been sat at my desk recently, looking out of the window, either making videos or writing funerals, doing my work, and not going out in the sun, just looking out of the window at a sunny day, this makes up for it. Just having this one day to get out here, to see spring bursting forth, and be out in it, breathing the fresh air. Lovely. This is the day that makes up for all those days. And the path goes on, but there's another little right-hand turn that's saying, "Pick me, pick me." A random pine cone. I'll do a video on pine cones one day. They spring up in all kinds of places, and I'm going to take this one as another offering up to one of the goddesses up the way. Boring old plain flat wall. Lovely, beautifully crafted Cornish slate wall. Nice. And this dude has been wrecking the wall. But I'm glad to see that somebody is trying to replicate as best they can the previous wall instead of just going for flat repair. And again here, nice. Sometimes these things that are old and they take a bit more time and a bit more skill and a bit more thought, but they are so well worth it. And this is man again trying to build walls of local material, fighting against nature, or hopefully maybe working cooperatively with it. The tree grows, the slate wall is here. Nice. If any of you watching this or the news of the Boscastle floods, this is a gentle little stream with a bit more of a river flowing over there. But the torrent that came rushing through here, this whole place would be full of water, like high up. And I remember coming here up to the falls. It was the first time I ever came, and it wasn't that long after the flood, and all the cairns were gone and all the little memory things, ribbons and amulets and all sorts that people had tied up, they'd all been washed away. And the new owners don't have people doing that now. They have made an alternative plan, which is nice, which was nice to see the last time I was here. Yeah, I would not be standing here without getting, probably actually looking at the water levels in Boscastle on that day. Standing here now, it would probably be rushing way above my head, which is quite unbelievable when you look at the river and stream today. I don't know if you can really see the colour, but those bluebells, this is going to be like a carpet soon. And if I time it right, I can come back and show you. Lovely to see this clump of primroses just clinging their way onto a rock. And the primroses this year have, like where they grow, especially up in Devon, up in the hedgerows up there, wow. Actually down in Cornwall too, they've just been like carpets of primroses. I don't know what's going on for these flowers this year, but they have had a really good season. Nice big old chunk of quartz. I have to touch you. Is it just me, or could you sit next to a river for hours? Well, maybe not hours, because, you know, all this river business, and I've been out for quite a while now. I need a wee. All this looking at nature. I need to get up to the Glen. I am the master of my own bladder. And you start making your way upwards. That's when you know you're nearly there. You can't have much of a waterfall if you haven't gained some height. Ooh, it's warm. Oh, I've just remembered it. It's Findhorn Foundation. Eileen Caddy was from the Findhorn Foundation in Scotland. And then, like the Shangri-La, suddenly buildings appear and you are near. And sticks are useful for all kinds of things. So remember I said about the little cairns and things, and they all got washed away, but now they've made a new space for the little amulets and offerings, and this is it. This before was known as the Hermitage Room, and now it's called the Meditation Room. And there's just mostly memories. People lost. Treasures found and left here for those they love. I brought 2 stones with me, one for me and one for her. Bridge. If you can hear me over the water, you can see the water ploughing down through a very thin crack of a gorge in the earth, in the rock, where it's funneling down to the spectacular waterfall. This is the centre with the cafe over the way. And they're making more and more of the wild garden with sculptures and things. And way down there, you can probably hear it, is the waterfalls. And that down there, obviously it didn't used to look like that on the outside. But on the inside, I would say it's the rock, the original rock is certainly still there. That was the Hermitage up St Nectan. If you come to visit, and I highly recommend you do if you're in Cornwall, there are lots of steps. They have really made an investment. You used to come down like a pokey little path and steps, which I think is that one over there, but actually it looks like they've modified that a bit. But it was the same in and out, and now they've really invested some money here. It's quite something how that water just pours out of that. Again, this is the other side of that crevice. But look at it, like a tiny stream just flushing through that small gap in the rock, pounding down below. So I've come, this is either a new path or I've come down a path that I've not been down before here, and this is interesting. So like I said, that there used to be all the piles of rocks, the cairns and things down by the waterfall, and they all got washed away and they weren't put back again, or people were discouraged from putting things down there. And look what's happened. People have taken bits of the slate here and they've scratched rock on rock, and even up on these rock, on the main bed of the rock, and there's all sorts here. And this is the human way of it. It's funny because the ribbons are making their way back in the trees, and there aren't any cairns, but there are some little trinkets finding their way back here. And if you can hear me, yeah, here we go. People are starting to put back. The will of the people is busting through, and they are putting more natural things here now. Things made of wool and organic kind of ribbon and string and stones and natural flowers. And this is why we come to St Nectan's Glen. Look at that dog. Hey dog. Bye bye falls. I'll see you another day. I'm sure there are a lot more bluebells out now than when I walked up here. Beautiful. When I walked up here this morning and I met a few people coming back, I thought, blimey, they've been up and back already. That was early. And each one of them had a huge smile on their face, and I just realised I'm quite smiley anyway generally, but that's usually when I see other people or there's people around, and I'm just walking back now on my own, and yeah, big grin like bursting out of me. There's also something about when you walk up here, you're going against the flow of the river. This is something I noticed years and years ago. There's something about standing in the middle of the river and facing the direction of the water and having it flowing around you, but also the difference of the feel bodily and I suppose energetically when you're going against the flow of the river as when you're now walking with the flow of the river. I don't know, maybe it makes you walk a bit faster. What a beautiful day, oh my word, in every way. Handsome. This bit of slate that I found, amazing, like it's literally metallic. Back to cars, back to home, back to some jobs. A wonderful day, but in the end you always have to go back. Until the next time.